Welcome to the OH-HighYo podcast. This is a super special episode. This is the Classic Gals Takeover. Whoa.
Woohoo!
It's Classic Gals, point blank period tonight. And so we're getting started with our famous first question we have to ask everyone. Do you use cannabis? Why or why not?
Short answer, yes. I don't know. In terms of why, it's always just been something that's been part of my life in some way or another. For me, it's to add to the vibes, of course, but it's also like a mood regulator. It's something that helps me with my appetite, medically helps with my jaw, helps with migraines. But, it's plant is medicine, plant is vibes, it's energy, it's everything. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll go next. Yes, I use cannabis. You have to as a classic gal. No, I'm just kidding. But but yeah, I like to use all aspects of the plant. Cannabis is such a complex plant. I really love the science behind it, how the different parts work in our body. Obviously, use THC for more of the like creativity. Like, it's not necessarily, in my opinion, mind altering. It's like mind opening in a way. So it really helped me like with my creative aspects. But then also using CBD, CBG. Like, I love using those cannabinoids that are also from the cannabis plant, but more of the non-intoxicating components. Because I'm really into boosting your ECS, your endocannabinoid system.
Yes.
I love that. Love cannabis. She's amazing.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. Sorry, go ahead, Madison.
No, you're fine. I'm just agreeing with her. She's lovely. I do also use cannabis. I've been using it kind of like socially since like right out of high school. So recreationally, just friendly and whatnot. Didn't start using it medically until about 6 years ago or so, at least, intentionally using it medically, but medically, therapeutically, for one, I have epilepsy. So it's something that helps a lot with that as far as like CBD and CBG goes, gut issues. CBG helps so much with that, anxiety, so edibles, capsules, flower, dabs, I kind of use it all. I'm not too picky on my consumption methods, but it's a versatile plant. I love it. The more I learn about it, the more I love it. It's even more. But yeah, that's me.
Love that. Maddie?
Yeah, I also use cannabis. It started recreationally, but then I was actually diagnosed with PTSD. And so that kind of changed the whole trajectory of everything. I was actually able to get sleep, and similar to what Erin said, it's more like mind opening rather than altering. I'm a creative myself, so it definitely helps in that way to be creative, but also like to get sleep, because that's one of the biggest things I struggle with. So yeah, I love cannabis.
Love that. Thank you so much, Classic Gals, for sharing your personal like journeys just a little bit with us. That's really important for the audience to hear, because it gives them, a broader perspective on what cannabis can do for you and helps, raise the frequency of the planet. Before we jump into Vegas, of course, which we know is coming up in December, let's talk about where it all began, the first experience in Ohio, of course, the Ohio Classic, and our first time being Classic Gals this year. Me, just to start out, I just like couldn't even believe how like expansive Classic Gals became when it really just started out as the year prior, me and Erin made some fun content for the Ohio Classic, and that was just like something we ended up being able to do. It was like an opportunity that kind of just came out of nowhere. And I remember asking Erin to just like consider helping me out, or in doing this. It sounded like she was looking for new projects to get into. We actually went to a park and like smoked and stuff and talked about it. It was really cute. So yeah, and now we're talking about Vegas. So really crazy. Yeah, so if anyone wants to share like how they feel about doing Classic Gals this first time around for the second annual Ohio Classic this past July.
Yeah, I want to give props to Bree, the Ebony Empress. I mean, you are like a huge reason for why it expanded. Like, I feel like you had this like seed of an idea and it just like blossomed into this. Like, I don't know, we really got to go there and just like vibe out, but also benefit the event. Maddie showed out on the course for us. We were passing out drinks. Like, yeah, it would just started as making content beforehand, kind of promoting the event. I was happy to do it the year prior, kind of got a ticket into the event, was more so repping Organic Garments, the shoe. But then the second year, I didn't know what I was going to be doing at the Classic. Like, I knew I wanted to go. I knew I was going to be there, but I was like, who am I going to be working with? What am I going to be doing? And I literally said the ideal scenario would be driving a golf cart, being like a drink girl, passing out drinks. And that's like exactly what happened with the
That's so
class.
funny.
And I feel like you and Ohio TV, you guys helped bring the brands in. You brought like the several different drinks. I worked with Green Elevator. I know you, Lena and Madison, you guys worked with like 2 different ones too. Like, we were keeping people hydrated out there. Like, it was the perfect situation. And I don't know. It's just crazy. I was like, this is exactly what I didn't want to do. And the Classic Girls made exactly that happen. So I know it was meant to be. And it was super fun. And I loved it.
Hell yeah, I love that. I had no idea you already had the whole drink cart girl vision in mind. You didn't even tell me you were helping manifest this. It's crazy.
Not gonna lie, I had the same idea last year when we were there. I'm like, that's all I want to do this year. So the fact that, again, maybe it was just the collective idea of us wanting to do all of this and getting to like actually do it and put it together and come to fruition and everything was super cool.
That's amazing.
I mean, it was awesome seeing like Maddie on the golf course, like killing it with golf, because I mean, like, I can't play golf. I'm
Literally.
not here golfing, but it was, I still wanted to be involved in some way. And so like, obviously I'm with MJ Biz, but like, I wanted to be there with you guys and see like the brands you guys were repping, like the different people that showed up. And also like, golf is traditionally like a very white male centered like pastime. So again, awesome to see Maddie crushing it. Awesome to see us representing like, you know, ourselves and like what we bring to the industry in that type of environment. So, I mean, it was a way for us to sort of steal the spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, like everybody, you're so sweet. I didn't really participate in the same way that you guys did. You know, you guys got to rep these brands and drive around and have a little bit more fun. I was playing golf and, like you said, taking on the guys, and I took that very seriously, but I had a lot of fun regardless, you know, going out there and talking to the various brands. My background is with marketing and social media marketing, so being out there and playing the game, but also tapping other people's brains was really where it was at. And again, just the community aspect of it, bringing golf together, cannabis together, and then having this wonderful team of, you know, ladies to go and support the brand is, you know, unique and really fun. So, you know, I was honored to be a part of it.
Definitely. We were honored to have you be able to contribute to Classic Gals, Maddie, you know, in the ways that you could. You were there when we had that first super cute, all pinked out photo shoot on the green. Let's go back to that day. First of all, I can't remember what club we were at. I can't even remember where we were at. Do you guys know?
Where we drove past the prison, and I was like, am I in the right place?
I will say, I didn't know golf took that long either. I would have brought in way more snacks. We were puffing on the course. I had no snacks. I was like, oh my gosh, we're out here for 5 hours. And Maddie just does that normally. And she was actually playing some golf. We were just taking pictures.
Maddie gave it her all by the end of the thing. Like, she had to just dip out. I felt so bad. I was like, dang. But yeah, we definitely gonna need snacks, waters, fans. Like, next year we gotta be super prepared.
I think it was called Split Rock Golf Club.
So What surprised you guys the most about the content shoot and like the content that we ended up coming up with, if anything?
I mean, I think it all ended up very cohesive. Like we all have our own styles, like we all have our own like ways of creating our own content on our own platforms, whether you go, as hard as like, Bree and Maddie do and like making really beautiful curated content. Erin, you too, and Madison, like I don't know, I just post on Instagram. But like I feel like we all brought our own personalities to our content for the classic gals. And I thought it turned out really well. And I felt like, you could see the fact that we sort of like all vibed with each other and like, bonded during that one shoot. It kind of came out in the photos.
I agree. We came up with some really cute shots that day. Everyone was super cute in the pink, like in their own way. Like we just ate. Like we really just ate that day.
I was gonna say, yeah, the outfits, we definitely crushed it. And too, from like a golfer's perspective, honestly, we filmed content and like played the course pretty well. So, and for, a lot of us to be doing that for the first time, especially in such a large group, like I was honestly like really proud.
The communication was tea for sure. No pun intended.
Hey, and it was challenging. I'm not gonna lie. I actually remember now that day because we had all those people still trying to play while we were like trying to get footage.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt so ADHD on the course because it was like as soon as we pulled up, it was like, okay, we run out, try to get something. And then it's like, okay, we gotta go. Like we got to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, dang. And then we're like talking while we're driving. By the time I get to the next hole, I'm just like, what were we just okay? Like, all right.
I know, we're like, we gotta go, go, go. And we had
Too
like
fried for this. It's hot.
golf carts deep. Like
It was wild. It felt like a challenge on America's Next Top Model or something. Cause like I swear for me, the pressure of just like having to pick up and move every hole, like in the middle of everybody's game was like it was just a big challenge that I didn't even foresee, because I'm not a golfer. I had no idea.
yeah, you gotta keep up with the pace. It's like grab your tripods and go.
I was really leaning on Maddie because like Maddie was the leader. Like he was keeping us on track. I was just like, okay, have to get these in.
Well, now you know though, so easier to prepare for the next time.
Definitely.
You know how to navigate anything.
It would really be ideal, honestly, to just have like the golf course to ourselves on a day, but that's probably not even something we'll be able to pull.
Yeah, but with it
Would be
being
nice.
a golf course and having to move like so much and so frequently, like we were literally on a 18-hole course. That means endless photo shoot opportunities.
Because I was like trying to get like behind the scenes stuff, but then like coordinated things. Like there was just so many layers, so many different types of content I was trying to capture that day. But I feel like considering it being the first, I felt like we did pretty good.
I mean, like we're in the cannabis industry. We're used to going fast, pivoting fast, hard, moving, like getting what we need to do done. So I feel like that translated very well.
Literally. So tell me, does anyone have like a moment, like a favorite moment during that shoot that they want to share?
Yeah, I think one of the first videos and like bits that we did where we all kind of like jumped on the golf cart together and we're like, oh, we're going to the Ohio Classic. I think that was really fun because like even though I'm a girl golfer, I've like never filmed something like that on a golf course with other girlies. So that was like very new and fun, but very up my alley. So I would say that's probably my favorite.
I love that skit, by the way. I love how we kind of just like freestyled it, and I think it just came out really cute.
Yeah, because I think my phone storage got full or something. We're like, we gotta run it back one more time.
And I just kept missing my cue because I was driving. I was like, I just want to drive.
Yeah, you were driving. Me and Ebony Hembris were holding on for dear life on the back.
Right, oh my God, that one time we went around that corner real quick, I was just like, this is it, you guys.
Another one that I feel like was so funny was you guys are pretty pretty shorter compared to me. Like I am much taller compared to the other classic girls. Like, yo, I'm 5'10", so I'm a pretty tall woman, and
Literally.
A goddess.
we did the like.
Obviously, the model of the group.
You guys were all walking like arms linked, and then I was like,
That was so cute. That was literally the funniest video.
Yeah,
I'm so glad we found that. 'Cause I was just like, Aaron, don't get mad at me, okay? It's gonna be funny.
No, I thought it was so funny.
Bo watching our shenanigans the whole time. That was
Oh
that was
yeah.
so priceless. Is seeing like all the things that we came up with, and seeing Bo just be like, "All right."
Okay, but before we go to the next question, Lena, you're not about to get off easy. Isis isn't here, but y'all's little crazy little side piece video.
Well,
I don't know if I should put my name.
That was all
Isis. A bit
Isis.
much.
I was just a happy supporter. Okay. She had all of these TikTok sounds like, and all these like reels saved, and she was just like, I really want to do this one. And it was the most ranciest one. And I'm just like, you know what, girl, I'm here to support everything and anything. Let's go viral.
Okay, fantastic. So, did you feel like the experience helped you grow creatively or professionally, just in general?
Yeah. I feel like every opportunity to create, especially something so new like this to a lot of us, like being on a golf course, we know Maddie makes the golf content. If you're a golf girly or whatever, Maddie makes the golf content. It was very new to me, and I'm sure you guys too. Like that scene, I feel like anytime you do content in a different way, you obviously like learn and grow. And I got to meet Lance with Green Elevator, so like some like professional networking too. We got to talk to people out on the course. There were people from other states too, like out in Cali and from all over the place. So even just like networking while we were on the course was, I feel like, definitely a way to grow professionally.
Yeah.
I feel like we made a really good first impression or like impact during the event. Like you said, like we met a lot of people just driving around offering drinks to people. So that's really dope. I know the first Ohio Classic last year, a couple people came up to me and Aaron and was like, hey, we seen your video. That was so funny in the 420. Oh my God. Like, okay, so people actually seen us and now they know us. That's wild, So that's dope.
Yeah, I would say for me, kind of like touching on what I talked about earlier, is just, creating with a bunch of other girls like on the golf course. Like that was the first time I got to be with so many of the girls that not only want to be in content, but also making, videos of their own, like, Isis having separate videos and stuff like that. So things like that are really fun, and that was one of the first times I had exposure to something like that, so that would probably be it for me.
That's awesome, and that actually made me think of something else. I went out to a little trip to Colorado earlier this year and was actually asked, like, hey, do you like link up with other creators in Ohio and stuff? Because I went out there to like meet other cannabis content creators essentially for like a couple days, and I was like, honestly, there's not a lot of like people really doing it like that I know yet. You know what I mean? So I feel like we need to create more of these things, Moving along. So it wasn't just about creating content. We were creating something with purpose. Part of this campaign did help raise awareness and funds for brain tumor research. Of course, we know that's like the whole story behind the Ohio Classic and the Classic events, which is also, very personal to the founder, James. But also, I feel like it's kind of like close to my heart as well. I didn't have a brain tumor, but I did have a traumatic brain injury. That's like the whole reason why I have my med card, or did. I let it expire. But yeah, so, I think it's just really important bringing more awareness to all the different reasons why people might be using cannabis. With that being said, how did you guys feel like knowing that this shoot had a deeper mission behind it? Did that like resonate with you in any specific way or anything like that?
Honestly, that was kind of like one of the biggest things for me in wanting to help with this, was knowing that it wasn't just promoting certain brands. Obviously, I want to help brands out and put names out there and everything that way, but knowing that this was actually going towards a really good cause, not just a bunch of cannabis users and business people networking, but going towards something good. And being able to meet James and talk to him about his story and everything, you can see the impact that it's really shown in his life and everything, and how he's using that to do even better and more awareness with all that too. So I don't know, made me feel good about doing it more than anything. So
That's a really good point. I really like that you brought that up, like using something kind of tragic as a means to give back and create something beautiful and valuable for people and, for the community. That's dope.
a lot of respect for James on that.
Turning pain into purpose, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah, similar for me as well. My mom had breast cancer when I was growing up, so kind of similar sentiment, just always wanting to support various ways towards, all cancers. So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you there, Maddie.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Maddie. Do you think this kind of work, cannabis, content, and cause, has the power to change like perceptions?
For sure. I feel like when you tie real life experiences and stories to this plant that the five of us here, I feel like know a lot about and support and can explain that to people. But when you get like real stories and causes, that can definitely help change the public, because you can share science and things all day long, but not everyone necessarily will receive that and be able to understand that. But when you can share a story about how this plant and this community surrounding the plant can help with different causes, different conditions, things like that, I think that's sometimes the most impact that can be made when a patient can share their story.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good point. Like facts, statistics, we hear stuff like that all day long. So, a story or somebody's testimony that people that, can resonate with definitely hits a lot different. Why do you think representation in campaigns like this matters in the cannabis space? We got to represent some various cannabis drinks. I really didn't expect them to all be drink brands. That really threw me. I guess it kind of worked out that way. Like, I guess that works because we were on the course. It was hot that day, but like, I didn't expect that.
I kind of liked it. I learned a lot more about like hemp, derived beverages, especially too. And I didn't know how many were out there until kind of this started. So got to try really good ones too. The App Girls drinks were fantastic. Those were a huge hit from everybody on the course. So I don't know. I thought that was fun.
It was almost like too perfect. Like, how were we, besides
Almost.
Maddie, obviously, like, repping us MVP on the course, like, how were we all driving golf carts, keeping people
Everything came
hydrated?
together.
Like, how did that work out? I thought it was, like, perfect, especially just, like, for a golf event, like, when you're just golfing in general, there usually are cart girls that will have, like, alcohol and, like, drinks to give people, but obviously at the concession stands they were still selling that stuff. But as a cannabis event, we had like hemp drink carts, and I think it was like perfect for like the model of it. But definitely going to be cool to see like what other brands want to get in on the classic, because I feel like there's definitely opportunity for brands outside of drinks, like all sorts of cannabis brands and ancillary brands, to find their way into the classic. So it's going to be cool to see how much more it expands and how the Classic Gals expands that way.
Okay, so moving on, one thing I am proud of for this project, the Ohio Classic Gals, especially with it being our first time, we kind of already touched on it, working with the brands. Some of y'all were actually able to get paid, so I love that, because the year prior, we were just making content just for funsies. We got into the event for free, which is, well, I was already going to be working the event, so that's neither here nor there. But you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times when you're a content creator, it's kind of a challenge to find companies that actually value, influencers, creators, just social media, like marketing in general, and trying to get that compensation for, for making beautiful art. I thought that was really dope. Have you guys ever done unpaid content before? How did it feel to finally be compensated for something fun like this? If anyone wants to share.
For sure. Have done a lot of like unpaid content. I feel like I dabble with modeling and things like that, and have done like collab shoots where usually it's like you still get like an exchange of maybe some goods or something, but not necessarily money or like expenses covered, like usually on my gas, on my time type of thing. So it's cool to like still build experience that way. But I mean, this was definitely fun and a good opportunity. And I mean, you set it up really nicely, Bree, with the whole like pitch deck and sponsorship options and being able to help us make some money. I feel like you and Ohio TV really made that possible. And like I for sure appreciated it. It's nice to get paid for your work. I feel like so many people in the cannabis industry oftentimes get underpaid, undervalued when, I mean, we bring a lot to the table, and content, media, that kind of stuff creates a huge impact. Like you guys are all in the content world. Lena with MJ, Maddie's marketing manager, you're social media influencer.
That's why I brought all of us together. You know what I mean? Because it just made sense. Like we all got our own strengths and expertise that we bring, our creativity, our uniqueness. And Maddie especially. I wish that we would have been able to lock down something for Maddie, but I know that she has her like own schedule. Not everyone was able to like, be available for certain pop-up content shoots because we had like multiple ones and things of that nature. But Maddie's a whole like creative director. Don't you have a degree in marketing or creative?
Yeah, I have a BFA in arts. I studied in Chicago, and it's not until more recently where I started focusing on the social media, but I have a huge background in marketing, and I've done almost everything under the sun with that. And most recently, I started my own business, and I started working with local Ohio brands, cannabis and non, to help them with marketing. Again, are more focused on social media, while others want things like door hangs and wearables and things like that. But yeah, I kind of do like a wide range of things.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Shout out Maddie. She does so many things. And honestly, like we've known each other and we've like been friends for a while, but we reconnected because I was doing like a modeling photo shoot down in the Cincinnati area with like dresses and stuff. And I was like, Maddie, would you want to come and like help me? And she was like my creative director, bro. You want to see like how many props she brought. Like she went all out. Like she's really good at what she does.
I've seen some of those shots. They were really, really nice. I think that's kind of how we started like getting all the girls together, honestly, Erin, because you were talking about working with Maddie and James was talking about the classic, like, okay, like we're doing this again, it's happening. And I'm just like, okay, I just met Lena at 420 Gala, like it's coming together right now. And honestly, my biggest goal, what I would love to see is getting Maddie sponsored to go out to Vegas with me and Lena, because she didn't get to like experience that portion of the Classic Gals like program. So especially with her, extensive experience and background, and she's a golfer, she should be coming, period. So everybody that's listening to this, if you have a brand and you're planning on being at the Vegas Classic, we got some serious talent. You're definitely going to want to reach out.
Maddie's your girl.
Stop, guys. Stop.
Are you blushing?
Make me blush. Stop. No, thank you. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
You deserve it. Okay, so do you think cannabis brands are starting to value influencer and model work more? I would say slowly but surely.
I would say it depends on which companies. Some are going in that direction. Some are not really wanting to do that, because Meta's in a weird spot, especially when it comes to cannabis and cannabis regulations. Everybody knows how that goes. So I think if that loosens up a little bit as far as with social media, I think that more companies will want to start doing this a lot more, but it is kind of like a risky thing at this time,
I agree. Do you guys think like we need to wait for Instagram and all of these platforms that are already established to like, loosen up? Or do we need to just like, is it a cannabis backed platform that we need, like something that is for us, you know what I mean, that we can just freely like congregate together as a community and like have open market of so many things.
I know there's some out there. I just can't think of some of the names of them because I know they're also not super popular, at least as far as like a separate cannabis related like social media type platform. But I don't think it'd be a bad idea to just keep kind of hammering down and posting on Instagram with our own stuff now and just try and normalize it the best that we can. If like the more stuff you put out there, the more normalized it's going to be rather than just being scared to put anything out there. And then
Does that make sense? I feel like
That definitely makes sense. I would just say just be careful, because I just lost my account, but I got it back kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
staying
Complicated
resilient
right now.
It's a very like fine line to tread down.
And now we got AI that's just like, you know, it's not even a human, so it's definitely getting tricky.
Analyzing it, yeah. I'd be trying to push education and that kind of stuff is kind of like my main form of content, whether it's like speaking videos where I'm just like talking to the camera, or I work with some companies to make like resources, so not necessarily like influencer content, but it's like flyers and things that they can use in their companies. Just like educationally wise, and I don't know who we need to talk to at Meta to inform them.
Right.
It's the same as our Ohio legislators. Like, we need to talk to people in order to be able to inform them. But a lot of people just don't know what they don't know, and they're not willing to learn what they don't know. So just continuing to do what we can, but like not crossing the line, or else there are consequences. People's accounts do get taken down or suspended and things like that. Like, I don't know. I don't really like smoke as much on my profile, and I've tried to start like bleeping out cannabis and like certain words, because I'm just like I'm making like an exaggerated point that like there's such a stigma on this plant, but it's just crazy that you can post other inappropriate things and be fine on these platforms, but you can't educate and put out information and content about a plant that has just been stigmatized for over 100 years. Like, a lot of the information that society's built on around this plant is just like false. So it's educating the people that are in power. There's levels to it, but I wouldn't give up.
It really is. We gotta hit them like on all cylinders for that. And it's like everybody has their own lane, you know, like there's people like us making content, you know, doing the events. There's people at the State House, you know, there's people in the industry working. So yeah, we're definitely we're doing what we can. So what advice would you give to creators who want to work with brands but don't know how to advocate for themselves?
I would say like show up at these events. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, we all met each other through a lot of the Ohio industry events. And like we said earlier, like everyone has something special to bring to the table, you know, despite all of the hurdles that we have to jump through as creators. Like, I've seen some really cool campaigns come out of a lot of really, really, really refined creativity to promote cannabis products. But, you know, people will see that if you show up and like make these connections in person. But yeah.
Definitely the show up. Get out there, connect.
Yeah, I'd say show up, keep posting like what you can, because I mean, they want to work with people that are posting and getting content out there. And then also, I mean, if they're just trying to like collab with you or kind of get you to make content without necessarily having a fair exchange, like ask if there's some sort of compensation. Closed mouths don't get fed all the time. So yeah, you gotta ask, see if they're willing to compensate you for anything. Like, I've talked to a lot of people they will exchange maybe like discounted products at their dispensary or just like other products that aren't necessarily cannabis, and it's like, okay, that's nice, but just a discount, like
it's not gonna pay the bills exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not gonna pay my bills. But yeah, I mean, there are companies out there that I feel like there's gonna be more budgets for it and things like that to work with influencers. So just keep working on it, keep showing up, keep posting, and it'll come.
I would say, just to add to that, like when you're wanting to work with brands, you need to like have a media kit. Everything has to be laid out. Like, you got to be coming right. You know what I mean? Like on business. So I would say definitely make yourself like a media kit of some sort that like talks about, you know, what you've been working on, what work you've done, and like your stats, like your data analytics if you can. That's always really good as a creator to have that information on hand. And then also I would just say like if you're wanting to work with brands, make sure you're getting everything in writing. There needs to be something laid out with what exactly you're going to be offering them, what your, you know, your services or your deliverables, and like everything needs to be in an agreement so that everyone's accountable on the collab.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. That's what makes it nice, like working through the Classic Gals and like working with you guys at Ohio TV, because you guys really made sure that that happened too. You guys made sure there was like agreements in place and contracts, and I feel like it takes, I don't know, some of the stress and work a little bit off of like just an influencer who might just be like an independent contractor. In a way, you're just kind of representing yourself. I don't know, you guys are almost like a talent agency in a way, like just helping connect talent to brands. So it's like
We do a lot of things.
you guys do a lot of things.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, honestly, I didn't foresee this. I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't really calculate what all it takes to put something like this together. So this was like a big giant learning experience for me. It definitely helps to have a team, but I've worked with brands, you know, on my own as well. So it's just a matter of making sure you're getting everything agreed upon in writing. That's a really big point, because I know I hear sometimes people come to me about experiences they've had with brands or with people where they got ripped off, you know what I mean, in some way. And that's one of the first things I ask, not even to be like callous about the situation, but I just got to know, like, did y'all have like a contract? Did y'all have something on paper? Because people can say things to you all the time. Most of the cannabis community, we like to think is very, you know, all peace and love and good, but you just never know. It's always good to cover your ass. Yeah, excuse my language.
Always ask questions.
Okay, so let's talk Vegas. We got the casting call is open right now until, well, the applications can be sent in up until the end of this month. And we're about to take this to the next level. We're taking it to Vegas. What would you say to someone who's thinking about applying for Vegas Classic Gals?
Thinking about it, do it. Why not? I've been trying to just say yes to any opportunity that comes my way lately, and I have not been disappointed so far. So if you're thinking about it, go for it. Some people probably are dealing with some like imposter syndrome, not sure if they could do it, but just go for it.
I love that.
I second that. If you're thinking about it, just do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You put an application in, and you might get it, you might not. But either way, I mean, it's a growing opportunity. Maybe if you do get picked, you get to go. Hopefully, get sponsored. Maybe get your whole trip covered, and get to make content with some cool group of girls. Like, that sounds like a win-win-win.
Like, honestly, like, it's a really great opportunity. Like, nothing to lose really by putting in an application, because, you know, the first step is always putting yourself out there. And then once you get there, it's like Bree's, so Ebony Chris is really great about making sure that we were all taken care of. We were all like considered, like really pushing sponsorship, trying to get us to where we needed to be to, you know, make the Classic Gals work at the Ohio Classic. And, you know, shameless plug, like Vegas, like MJ BizCon is a really cool event. Like once you get there, like seeing all the other opportunities that come your way, whether you're, you know, sticking to the Classic or if you like go and meet the other people there, you know, the doors open once you get to that kind of networking environment. So put in an application.
Definitely a big opportunity with it being MJ BizCon week. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still wrapping my head around it right now.
I know.
Oh my God.
You're working all the angles though. The Classic, we got Miss MJ Biz, content creator, like you're about to rep it out there.
It's happening. Okay, so what kind of energy do you ladies think we need for our next Classic Gals, like Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Vegas, by the way, mind you. So I'm like, and I've never been to MJ Biz, so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I
You
would
gotta
say
be
the
hype.
vibes,
Yeah,
the golf vibes, and the
Golf.
cannabis vibe.
Yeah.
Any one or all three is good.
Yeah.
Literally. And definitely if you're like a creative in some way, definitely go for it because we need that energy for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, it's the quote unquote the biggest party in the space. So definitely high energy, definitely be ready to meet like a minimum of 100 people and
Yeah.
put your name out there. Like, this is really like a big week to just put your name out there and see who bites. So
If you're feeling like social anxiety, shake it off. Shake
yeah,
it off. Like there's no
Right.
reason to be nervous. Like literally just be yourself. Show up. Like smile. You gotta have like probably some smiles on your face. Don't
Definitely gonna need that.
RBF it the whole time. Like make sure you're smiling. And like yeah, it is kind of like if you're there for just that event or the whole kind of weekend or week, like you might need some caffeine to stay up and going all the time.
Little sativa.
Some sativa. Yeah, just like don't be scared, be fearless, and just go have fun. We're just girls. Like go have fun.
We're just
Go-
girls.
You're just girls. Like it's so fun. And there's literally nothing to worry about. You'll rep a cool brand. You might be driving golf carts. You might just be taking cute pictures. But like you just go have fun and you just do your thing and you'll meet a lot of people. Like these ladies are saying, like crazy connections made at MJ. That's where like me and Maddie connected, even though we're both from Ohio. Like we went to MJ Biz and like stayed in an Airbnb together. And that's when I like met Maddie like a couple years ago. Yeah.
Oh my god, no
It's
way.
like, why were we not tight in Ohio? Like what?
That's
The
Yeah.
world gets smaller.
The world gets small. Yeah, you meet so many people there. Like
And they're all just like us. Like they're all stoners. Like they all are trying
Yep.
to make their name in the business.
Yeah.
Find connections that will take them further when they go back home.
Facts. That actually brings me to something I want to add because I actually had a meeting with a cool stoner guy today. And let me just pick y'all's brains. What would y'all think about a rolling competition? A joint rolling competition that's happening? Would y'all want to A, participate, B, like get some content, or C, like be a commentary? Like, is that something y'all would be interested in? Is that our vibe? Or
I'm down. I've been in a couple of competitions so far already, so I'd be super down for any part of that. Not toits, blunt rolling, but I could try my best. Commentary would be fun.
Yeah. I saw some of those competitions going on at the 420 gala. I saw Madison, you were in a rolling one. Ebony Hempress, were you in like a smoking one?
The
Like
smoking one.
I
Yep.
was.
I was like, are
We
they
have
like
the video
smoke
of that for me
roasted?
doing it.
I don't know how I got volunteered for that. I really don't know.
I might have volunteered you to do that.
Did you? That's crazy. I was too fried to even know. You set me up. It's wild. Okay.
It was
That's
a good time.
crazy.
You did great.
It was fun. It was fun though. No, it was a cool little experience. I've never done anything like that. I'm just glad it wasn't a rolling competition because joints are not my strength.
I can roll
And even when I'm rolling a blunt, like it's definitely gonna smoke, but is it gonna be perfect? Is it gonna be cute? I don't know if that's the word I would use, but you will get high. That's what matters.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's dope. Okay, so it sounds like there is gonna be some interest in the joint rolling war. Love that. Okay.
Is that happening in Vegas or Ohio?
That's a great question. So
You'll get
I
back
don't want to like give away like everything.
Okay, surprise.
I would imagine if we did it in Vegas, we would definitely have to bring that to Ohio. That seems like the right thing to do. TBA
I think
on
there'd be
that.
a lot of people that would want to do that in Vegas if we did it. I think there'd be a really big turnout as far as competitors go.
Facts. Yeah, no, because people are super competitive about that. That is like
Pride
that's a
in-
whole thing. It's not my thing, but it's definitely a thing. Y'all be going hard for the competitions. Now the smoking competition, I was just like smoking it fast. Like I don't know. You're not even giving me enough time to really inhale it. But okay. It was fun though. I didn't win, but it's okay. I looked cute, so that's all that matters.
That's what matters.
What do you hope the next round of gals get to experience that we did, or even more, for Vegas? Like, how do we want to expand on classic gals? Like, do you think whatever comes up, if anything?
Yeah, I'd love to see more brands. Like, obviously, like, it made sense with the golf concept for it to be like drinks, but definitely an expansion of like different types of brands, like, you know, products, even merch. Like, I know Organic Garments was really awesome for pulling through with the shoes, and then, like, you know, all the other stuff that they brought to really just add another layer to the classic gals, because, like, you know, clothes are part of it, swag is part of it. But yeah, I think that there's opportunity for us to really like rep on other different brands that, you know, if it's based in Nevada and they're Nevada based brands. MJ BizCon is working with a lot of like indigenous brands as well. A lot of opportunity to represent different businesses. And I think that's the classic gals. That's what we do. We represent different brands and where we come from.
Facts. Yeah, some diversity, some different types of brands would definitely be cool. What I am really excited to see come together for this next round of gals, I kind of have this vision of a reality series that we're going to put together with all of the content for Vegas and just like the whole process leading up with the casting call. So I'm really excited for that. We're gonna have like an unboxing challenge where all of the girls are gonna get packages and they're gonna create their own unboxing video and post. I think that's gonna be really cool to see where the creativity kind of comes out. And then I'm also just really excited about this live finale, like at the Vegas Classic is gonna be super lit. And the
that'll
photo
be
shoot
so
that's gonna
cool.
come from that, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, you did little like side interviews, different parts of the golf course.
Yes,
like,
I want to.
reality
Yes, I want to
shows,
make
that's
it really
crazy.
dope.
Like, imagine if we did that. Like, we would have been like clouded around.
Well, if it goes well for Vegas, I would love to continue that whole thing and really make it like a series that OH-HighYo kind of pioneers, a little side project of mine. But again, I didn't expect it to be that big. I really just, wanted to make some content for an event, and it just turned into all of these other wonderful things. So love that. Before we move on, let me do a formal call to action. So y'all heard it. This isn't just a photo shoot. It's a movement. Classic Gals is all about women being empowered in the cannabis industry, in the cannabis space. So if you are a content creator, a model, or a cannabis lover, you're just a stoner babe, we definitely want you, if you're a stoner babe, for sure. Like, definitely apply and consider being a classic gal in Vegas during MJ BizCon week. The application link is in my bio, the Ebony Hempress. I mean, you can find me all over, and you can also find that link at OH-HighYo TV. So yeah, we have a little quick round of questions. So, best stoner snack, go.
Fudge.
Cheez-Its.
Gotcha.
Oreos. That's what I had
Oreos.
last night.
Yes, with milk.
Dunk it in there.
I really can't
Girl,
argue with
or
that.
sour
Oreos is a
candy.
go-to for me. But you know what actually has been hitting hard lately out of nowhere for me? This is crazy. Just veggies and ranch.
I've been really into like carrots and hummus lately. I don't know why.
I'm into the fruit: strawberry, banana, kiwi, some honey, maybe some granola.
You're dipping your fruit in honey?
I put
it over, yeah.
Okay. Love that. So, 3 words to describe your personal classic gals vibe. So, like, we all kind of brought our own little uniqueness to classic gals, like the photo shoot. Who wants to go first?
Golf marketing realness.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Probably
Baddie.
Definitely baddies.
Baddie. That's got to be one of them.
You were definitely bringing that. You and Ice were definitely bringing the baddie energy. We love that. We need that little spice. I would say for me, I like to bring like a silly vibe. Like I'm trying to keep the vibes up. and lighthearted, but I also feel like I was kind of bringing that visionary vibe. And then, like, the actual event day, I really felt like I was just trying to manage everything. It was insane for me. I really just wanted to make sure we all got the content we needed for the brands, you know? So I was just like, okay, are we all on point? We lost our cart like twice. I tweaked out. I literally was tweaking out about the carts. Like,
We need like to decorate our cart this
Yeah.
literally.
like wait like
Ooh.
we need to put the we have a logo now. Put the logo on like the front of the
You got
cart.
the little flag
Yes.
or something.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's you.
Pink streamers or something.
Yes,
Okay.
we need to
Yeah.
decorate our carts next year. I thought we were going to get signage. Honestly, I thought we were going to have at least a sign, but I guess it didn't happen. So we might have to make our own. Yeah, we might have to figure something out on that. But good point. Before this shoot, I feel like none of you would say that you're camera shy, but I'll ask the question anyways. Before this shoot, would you say you were more of a content queen or camera shy?
I'd say I'm probably a little more camera shy. I haven't done a whole lot of content stuff, but I do feel better now that we've done some of it. So it's kind of where I'm at. I'm a little new to the content creating scene, so taking a bit of a break from it over the last couple months, just taking a social media break in general for more mental health reasons. But I'm excited to kind of get back into it. I think I feel better about it now. I would say all of you guys are most likely very much content at this part. I've seen your stuff. You guys put out great content, so.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that this helped you kind of, you know, step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Some growth happening. I love that because I feel like you definitely have a lot to contribute to the community in a creative way. So, love to see how that flourishes. And I just love to see, you know, where we're going to take things next. Does anyone want to give themselves a shout out? Let us know. Let all the listeners know where we can find you, how to support you guys.
You can find me. My name is Air Energy. It is right there. My name's Erin, but Air Energy is my media brand, my educational brand. So you can find me on pretty much all the platforms with that. And my website is airenergy.com.
You can see my Instagram handle. It's my personal, but I also post work stuff on there. But for Vegas, for MJBizCon, obviously follow at MJBizDaily or MJBizCon.com to get more information about the show itself. I mean, Vegas Classic and MJBizCon, we partner for that day. I think it's December 2nd. Yeah, so definitely look on our website for more information about the show, get your tickets, and feel free to shoot me a DM if you have any questions about the show or anything in general.
Yeah, Lena, actually, I have a question about that now that you bring that up.
Yes.
I heard there was like a bundle thing where you could get access to both. Can you tell us where to find that, how that works?
I think James is still figuring out. I think the contract is still being worked out right now. But if there is a bundle, it would probably be offered in our registration path. So if you go on mjbizcon.com and you could probably add on the Vegas Classic, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, definitely reach out to James or go on the website to see if it's there, or reach out to me so I can let you know when it's available.
Thank you for that.
And you guys can find me at Hope Aragon on Instagram. I have a lot of my contacts and various platforms connected to that. So you can find me there. I'm sure Brie will tag us as well. So yeah, thank you.
So I can add mine in there. I'm not doing a ton of content creation quite yet, but I do share a lot about whatever local events are going on, cannabis advocacy, what's going on with like legislative stuff in Ohio, especially surrounding cannabis and hemp. So my name is Madison Ray Millards, full name on there, Mad Rays, MADDRAES. And then I share pretty much all of Brie's stuff half the time anyways too. So just keep you connected all together there.
Thank you so much, Madison. And you're open to work right now. So are you able to like share with us any offerings that you might have or anything that you want to add in there while we got time?
Appreciate that. I am open to some freelance work. I am looking for more of a full-time position at the moment, which I'd love to be back in the cannabis industry. Just anywhere from brand ambassadorship, sales, relationship management, reputation management, just kind of stuff like that. Just cannabis education. It's a lot of what I really like doing, getting into the community and making connections that way, just kind of keeping the Ohio cannabis community more cohesive. So I am open to whatever opportunities will come my way right now, but just want to work with good people, people that are in this industry for the plant, for medicine, and for the people. And I'm not, as much as I would need to make money to pay my bills, I am in this for the love of the plant, the education, and the people. So thank you, Bree, for offering me
Thank
that
you.
chance. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you. And thank all of you ladies for coming on the show, sharing your perspectives, your insights for our viewers and our listeners. And thank you so much for contributing to the first ever Classic Gals. Really means a lot. We're actually making history. So I love that so much. And I can't wait to continue and just see how we can just further uplift each other.
Yeah.
All
Thank you,
right.
Bree.
Well, thank you
for
so
having
much
us.
for being on the
Thank you.
podcast. This was amazing.
Oh, love you guys.
Love you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate y'all.
Thank
Yay.
you. This was
Thanks.
fun.